You spent the whole ending staring at that spinning top. That's exactly what Nolan wanted, and it was never the thing that mattered. Here's the trick he pulled. Everyone leaves this movie asking one question: does the top fall? But watch Cobb in that last moment. He doesn't even look at it. He spins it, turns to his kids, and walks away without waiting. Nolan pulled your eyes to the table so you'd miss the point sitting right in front of you. But fine, you still want to know, real or dream. So let's dig. The best clue comes from Michael Caine, who plays the grandfather. Caine told a room of fans he couldn't crack the script, so he asked Nolan which scenes were dreams. Nolan's answer: any scene Caine is in is real life. Now look at the ending. There's Caine handing over the children. By his own words, Cobb made it home. Then there's the ring. Cobb only wears his wedding ring inside dreams. Final scene, his hand is bare. Check the earlier scenes. The pattern holds every time. So it's real. Case closed. Except it isn't, because the one man who could end this refuses to. Nolan has said for years he left the ending open on purpose. The falling top was a distraction from the start. What matters is that Cobb stopped caring and walked toward his kids. So here's the verdict. Unconfirmed. You were watching the wrong thing the whole time, and the director likes it that way. That's the one ending Nolan flat out refuses to settle. This next one, The Prestige, he settles before the story even starts. The answer is right there in the opening shot, and he bets you'll walk straight past it. This movie tells you exactly how it's going to fool you in the first few minutes, and then it does it anyway. The film says every magic trick has 3 parts. Learn them, because Nolan built the whole movie on them, with you as the audience getting tricked. Part 1, The Pledge. The magician shows you something ordinary. Here, that's 2 magicians, Borden and Angier, just rivals with a grudge. Nothing strange yet. You trust what you see. Part 2, The Turn. He makes the ordinary do something impossible. A man steps into a box and appears across the stage. Your brain says there has to be a simple answer. A hidden door, a twin, and the movie lets you chase that, keeps you looking the wrong way. Part 3, The Prestige. The hardest part, bringing it back and showing the truth. And the truth is brutal. Borden really is twins. 2 men living one life the whole film. Angier really does clone himself, drowning a copy in a tank every single night for the applause. You had every clue. The 2-faced coin, the birds in cages, the top hats piled in a field. In the very first shot, the movie ran its own trick on you, by its own 3 rules, right out in the open. So is this the real answer, or fan reaching? It's all confirmed on screen by the end. Verdict: confirmed. The movie was the magic trick, and you were the audience the whole time. The Prestige fooled your eyes with things you could actually see. This next one, Tenet, is harder because it bends the one thing you thought could never bend: time. 2 people are in the same fight. One is moving forward through time, the other is moving backward. And once you see that, the whole ending clicks. Start with our hero, the man the movie never names. He lives like you do. Today, then tomorrow, then the day after. Normal direction. Now watch Neil, his partner. Neil keeps knowing things before they happen. The hero's drink, the next move, how the time weapon works. People took that as movie magic. It isn't. Neil knows the future because, for him, it's already the past. He's living part of this story in reverse. So line the 2 up. Early on, our hero meets a stranger named Neil. But Neil, moving the other way, is meeting him for the last time. Their first handshake is also their goodbye. Same moment, opposite ends. Here's what ties it together. In the future, our hero builds the group called Tenet and recruits Neil. Years later, he sends Neil backward through time to protect the younger him. So Neil spends the movie walking into his own past, guarding a friend who won't know him for years. That's why the ending hurts. Neil goes off to die to seal the loop, smiling, because he's already had the whole friendship. Our hero is just starting it, in the movie, or a reach. Neil says it flat out at the end. Verdict: confirmed. 2 men, 1 bond, walking toward each other from opposite ends of time. And if you're still with me after that one, you're my kind of viewer. Hit subscribe, because the next 3 only get bigger. Tenet scrambled time and dared you to keep up. This next one, Memento, is quieter and crueler. It hides the answer inside a mind that erases itself every few minutes. This movie is built backward. It starts at the end and walks you to the beginning, and there's a reason Nolan did that. He wanted you trapped in the same fog as the man on screen. Meet Leonard. He can't form new memories. Every few minutes, his mind resets to 0, so the film resets with him. Each scene drops you somewhere new with no idea how you got there. You feel exactly what he feels: lost. Now the story, in the order it hits you. Leonard is hunting the man who killed his wife, armed with tattoos and photos because he can't trust his own brain. That's the version you believe. Then, right at the end, which is really the start, a cop named Teddy rips it apart. The real killer died a year ago. Leonard already won. He just can't remember, so Teddy keeps aiming him at new men to kill. And Teddy goes further. He says Leonard is the real version of that Sammy story he tells, that his wife survived and Leonard killed her by accident, then buried it in the fog. Can you trust that? No. The whole film is one unreliable mind, told in reverse so you can't check the facts either. And Nolan built it that way on purpose. He said the answers are all in the movie. He just told the story so you can never quite reach them. Verdict, unconfirmed, by design. Told backwards so you'd never be sure, just like Leonard. Memento locks you inside one broken mind and never lets you out. This next one, Interstellar, goes the other way. It blows the story wide open, across galaxies and into a black hole. And this time, you actually get an answer. Watch this loop, because it shouldn't be possible. Cooper saves humanity by sending his daughter a code from inside a black hole. But he only reaches that black hole because humanity was already saved. So which came first? Neither. And that's the whole trick. Let me untangle it. At the end, Cooper falls into the black hole and lands somewhere strange. A library. From there, he can see into every moment of his daughter's childhood bedroom, and he can reach through and push, using gravity. So he sends her the data she needs. Murph cracks the equation. Humanity gets off Earth. Good. But who built that library? Who saved Cooper so he could send the message at all? The movie keeps calling them they. Here's the answer that flips everything. They aren't aliens. They're us. Future humans, evolved so far they bend time itself. They built the library. They saved Cooper, so Cooper could save Murph, so we'd survive, and one day become them. And that ghost from the first 10 minutes, the one knocking books off Murph's shelf, that was Cooper too, reaching back through time. You met the answer in the opening scene. Round and round it goes, a snake eating its own tail. Every piece only works because the others already happened. So is this real or a stretch? The characters say it out loud, and a real physicist built the science. Verdict, confirmed. We saved ourselves, in a loop with no beginning and no end. Quick thing before the last one. If these breakdowns have been landing for you, do me a favor and subscribe. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, and it's the only reason I get to keep making these. Okay, the finale. Every film so far had a trick to crack. A clue, a loop, a hidden twin. This last one, Oppenheimer, has none of that. No twist to reveal, just a real man, a real weapon, and a question history still hasn't answered. This whole movie is a trial, not the one on screen, the one it's quietly running on you. By the end, Nolan hands you the verdict and asks you to decide. So let's talk about what you're actually deciding. Here's the man in the dock. Oppenheimer builds the atomic bomb, beats the Nazis, and then watches it fall on 2 cities full of civilians. He spends the rest of his days haunted. Fire, peeling skin, the end of the world looping behind his eyes. The film keeps asking one question. Is he guilty, or was he just the man who did what had to be done? It shows you evidence for both, and then it stops. No ruling. That's on purpose. Now here's what you need before you judge, and it's the thing this channel exists for. That guilt you're watching. Nolan dramatized a lot of it. The real Oppenheimer did oppose building more of these weapons afterward. That part is documented. But the private agony, the visions, whether his soul was really this torn, history can't confirm that. Nolan gave it to you. So what's the verdict? The honest one. The facts are real. The guilt is Nolan's version of the facts. And the final call, the one about whether this man was hero or monster, Nolan refuses to make it because he's leaving it to you. Roll credits. If you made it all the way here, you already get what this channel is. We bring the receipts and we call it straight. So hit subscribe and go watch this one next. Every crazy Batman theory and which ones actually hold up.